So I've got my pile of black glass here to show you what it looks like on the beach and what it looks like under light. I found all of these on Seaham Beach in England, and as you know, if you've been there, the beach is full of pebbles and rocks that look just like this. So it really is hard to tell, especially out in daylight. I always brought my mobile phone with me so that I could look at them over the light while I was still at the beach and not lug 10 pounds of rocks back with me like I did the first day. So let's take a look at a couple of these. As you can see, like the finish, I got to tell the difference in the finish from glass and rocks. So this is what it looks like under a light. It's got that traditional sort of olive green, amber-like color. This one was particularly big for a piece of black glass. Most of them were much smaller than that. And some were like slag glass, like this one right here, which is just sort of leftover glass at the end of the day. And you can see parts of it are translucent when held over the light. Look right there on the edge. I just think they're pretty. This is one that I thought was, it looked like glass and there was a chip in it, but I was very surprised to find that it was bright red. So that was a nice, happy little find. This one in particular, I almost threw back and I took a second look at it. You can see it's a little bit cone-shaped, kind of rounded. But when I held it over the light, it just looked black. And as I got closer, the tip was bright blue and it went down to a deep purple on this end. So when I first held it over, I held it on this end and I didn't see that vibrant color. So it is quite a nice piece. And this one is probably one of the most unusual pieces I have. I also almost threw this back and took a second look at it. And you can see there's like this triangle inside, sort of swirl of yellow and orange and red glass. Just really interesting. I wonder what that was or what they were making with that. This one's almost exactly round, a little bit squished. It's kind of unusual for black glass to find a piece shaped like this. But it is definitely that traditional olive sort of color. But as you can see, they come in all different shapes and sizes and finishes. Some are lighter than others, but they all have that. This one's pretty bright, but you can see when it's not held up over light, it looks exactly like a rock. And one I had was, this is dark too, a really bright, this one here, really bright green with like some funky stripes in it, which is pretty interesting. So this was obviously something else. Looks black, but I wouldn't consider this black glass. It's probably something from the end of the day that was just scrap thrown over. It's just so dark that it sort of looks like a rock. And that's it for black glass. Happy hunting!